Some of the most beautiful streets in Chicago are here on the Gold Coast, but let's face it, they're streets. So one way to really appreciate living here is to be raised up above the street, as you are here in this 1914 mansion, where all your living spaces are on the second floor. Come on in and I'll show you how that works, or I guess I should say, come on up. The second floor of this home is where the main formal rooms are, beginning with this very handsome living room. You have the stately paneling surrounding us and an absolutely stunning plaster ceiling above. This chandelier, very ornate. We'll see others like it. Herringbone floors. Everything we see here is original, though very meticulously restored by these sellers who bought the place about 15 years ago. You're surrounded by this luxurious level of finishes, and you also have very nice views on two sides. First, we saw the views out the front to the street, and then here on the side, you have views of an even grander mansion next door. There's a historical connection between these two. The man who lived in that one built this one for his daughter. There's an open space between so that the two relate to one another. For a while, these two mansions were connected as the Playboy Mansion. Later, when they returned to residential use, they were separated. This is separate from the condos next door, but you still get all that light coming in the north windows. You have these wonderful niche windows here over the hallway, so that when we're coming up from the street level on this gorgeous curving staircase, we've got sun coming down on us, we've got this terrific plaster ceiling above, fantastic chandelier. Now there are 3 of these historical chandeliers on this floor, 2 below. They were all at one point going to be removed by prior owners of the house, but these sellers, when they bought the place, said, no, we'd like to keep them, and they restored them, and they really set the tone for this floor. From that receiving hall, you could go in one direction to the living room we've seen, or the other direction to a pair of rooms. It begins with this very refined parlor or drawing room, really a very welcoming space with a stunning banker's ceiling above. But the ceiling that really blows you away is this one in the dining room, with crowns of flowers and carvings all around. Comes down to this chandelier. This of the 3 is the one that I love most. It has almost an Egyptian motif. Really stunning, and sets the tone again for this room, which has a nice formal fireplace. There are windows with light coming in from the west, more of those herringbone floors. This is a terrific way to live, and when the house was built, you really wouldn't have bothered with a kitchen up here because your servants could do all the work downstairs. However, the way this house has been brought into our present way of living is there is a kitchen off the dining room here, a working kitchen. So if you're cooking to eat in here, you've got the workspace adjacent. And then for the more informal style of living we do today, on the first floor, there's this family room kitchen combination, a great room like what you'd find in a modern home. However, it extends the finishes we saw upstairs. There's this great woodwork all around, both paneling and cabinetry, done in the same wood, a lighter wood than the very formal stuff we saw upstairs. And then there's this wonderful finish. There are 3 pieces like this. These are Art Nouveau panels that depict sunflowers. They were found in an antique store and brought in to provide the kind of finish that you saw upstairs. It's also a very sunny space. We've got these nice windows looking west. That was accomplished because the new garage that was built is set back far enough that the sun can cascade in, so that here on the street level, we have the same sort of sun we had upstairs. There's a terrace here outside the kitchen. There's another above that goes off the formal rooms, and there's a third above that off one of the bedrooms. The terrace is off the rear bedroom on this 3rd floor. There are 3 bedrooms here, including this master, which has a very elegant feeling with the picture frame moldings, the crown molding, this nice fireplace, marble-lined bath. And from here, you have views east toward the lake. You have those north views we've seen before. Here on the bedroom floor, as on the 2 below, you have exposures east, north, and west. The house has a 4th exposure, but it isn't south. The 4th exposure is up. Here on the 4th floor, the top floor, there's a solarium with a row of skylights that bring in all kinds of sun. There's a bedroom on that end, and on this end, a terrific terrace, nicely landscaped, up here above the whole street, where you can really get away from it all.